Okay, guys, the first section I have is the vocabulary study for chapters 5 and 6. The first part you have is a matchup, and this is where you're looking for synonyms to go with the vocabulary words. So, your vocabulary words for this section are conjured, sumptuous, cavernous, bedraggled, immaculate, and nonplussed. Yeah. So, and then your synonyms are messy, scruffy, spacious, deep, created, invented, clean, tidy, baffled, confused, and extravagant and spectacular. So, our first word is conjured, and conjured means that you created or that you invented something. Sometimes when they conjure an item in the Harry Potter world or they conjure a spell, they are creating something, they're making something happen. The next word we have is sumptuous. Sumptuous, and that was used to describe the feast that Mrs. Weasley made for everybody at the Burrow before they went back to school. And usually, something that's sumptuous is extravagant. It's spectacular. Um, so that's the synonyms for that one. Cavernous. Cavernous usually, you got to look at that base word of cave. So when you're thinking of a cave, it's usually big and spacious and it can go down pretty deeply. So cavernous goes with spacious and deep. Okay. No, the next one is bedraggled, and that's another word for messy and scruffy. And then we have immaculate, which is the opposite of bedraggled, and that is clean and tidy. And then nonplussed is baffled or confused. And I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right, but that's the best I can do. So those are what your matches look like. Okay. And then for the second section, you have best words. Circle the word that which works best in each sentence. So number one, Lauren's sumptuous closet held almost 100 pair of shoes, or Lauren's cavernous closet held almost 100 pair of shoes. Well, number one for that section is cavernous. Cavernous. Okay. Number two, when the principal called Brian's name for the award, he seemed conjured. Or when the principal called Brian's name for the award, he seemed nonplussed. So number two is nonplussed. Number three, Aaron quickly conjured up an excuse as to why he forgot his homework, or Aaron quickly cavernous up with an excuse as to why he forgot his homework. So obviously, number three, that is conjured. He invented an excuse. Okay. Number four, after we spent all day cleaning, their house looked bedraggled. Or after we spent all day cleaning, or after we all spent the day cleaning, the house looked immaculate. Number four is immaculate because after you clean all day, everything's nice and clean and fresh and looks pristine. So clean, immaculate. Number five, the banquet looked sumptuous with piles of food and mounds of dessert, or the banquet looked nonplussed with piles of food and mounds of the dessert. Well, thinking about Molly's banquet, Molly's feast for the boys and Jenny for before they went back to school, number five would be sumptuous. Okay. And then the last one, when Steve walked in after mountain biking, he looked bedraggled, or when Steve walked in after mountain biking, he looked immaculate. Well, if you're going to come in after mountain biking, and it's the only word we haven't used yet, you're going to look bedraggled. Okay. And then the little extra. Antonyms are words with opposite meanings. Choose 3 vocabulary words and come up with 2 antonyms for each selected word. That's an answers will vary section. And like immaculate, bedraggled, those are opposites. Those would be antonyms of each other. Cavernous, that means spacious or deep. Those are synonyms. So something that would be the opposite of cavernous would be closed in, tight, anything like that. Okay. So then the next section we have is understanding the story. So this section for chapters 5 and 6. All right, multiple choice. Number 1. Where does Ron crash land the enchanted car when he follows the Hogwarts Express to school? A. A Whomping Willow. B. Hagrid's hut. C. A Quidditch field. Or D. The Great Hall. And that answer is A. The Whomping Willow. Okay. Number 2, who must capture the rest of the Cornish pixies when Professor Lockhart cannot do it himself? A. Professor McGonagall. B. Draco, Crabbe, and Goyle. C. Hermione, Ron, and Harry. Or D. The entire class. And we just read that section, and that answer is C. Hermione, Ron, and Harry. All right, number 3, short answer. Why are Ron and Harry forced to take the Ford Anglia from the train station to Hogwarts? Make a connection between this mishap and Dobby's visit to the Dursley house. So, first answer. Ron and Harry need to take the car because the entrance to King's Cross closed before they could enter. So they couldn't get on to platform 9 3/4. So what they want you to connect here with that mishap is Dobby's visit. What was Dobby trying to do? He was trying to keep Harry away from school. So all of a sudden, Harry's the only one that has to cross into the barrier and the barrier closes? Who else would do that? Okay, so I kind of gave that away a little bit, but it goes back to Dobby trying to keep Harry going back to school. Okay. Someone or something is trying to keep Harry from school. Not necessarily Dobby, but someone or something. All right. Number 4. Compare and contrast how students at Hogwarts perceive and treat Harry. Use 2 examples from the book to support your answer. So this is another one where your answers are going to vary because there are several different students that you can pick from out of this whole book as far as how they treat and act towards Harry. So here's an example answer, and this is from my answer key. Students at Hogwarts treat Harry in different ways. Some students, like Colin Creevey, think that he is wonderful and that he is brave, and Colin even asks for a picture and his autograph. Okay, seems pretty harmless enough, but Harry was kind of taken aback by it. He didn't know how to react. Other students, like Draco Malfoy and Crabbe and Goyle, despise Harry and are jealous of his popularity. Draco takes out every opportunity to tease Harry or to make him look bad, which is true. And then lastly, a little extra. Many characters seem to think that Gilderoy Lockhart is the most amazing wizard in the world. What is your impression of him? So this is asking your opinion. What do you think about Gilderoy Lockhart? I can't tell you your opinion. All right? So that is that section. I hope that you guys have a very, very good Easter, and I hope that you guys enjoy it and get to spend some time with your families. I miss you all. I'll see you soon.